Hey, this is Justin. It is Sunday morning, going out with a walk with a puppy, just getting the day started in a meaningful way. I want to talk about my paper productivity system now, which is pretty simple, and why I'll say temporarily moved to a paper system to start to work with, and also just how I set it up and how I make it work. And the main driver for using a paper system for me is just writing stuff down. Writing stuff down takes a whole bunch of different muscles. It also keeps it like it's present when it's actually getting created, and then it keeps it present it's down on paper. It also slows everything down so things become present. The challenge with the paper system is you lose it. Like it is, I don't have my notebook with me right now. I'm out walking my dog. I don't have my notebook out with me, so I got to capture stuff electronically so I can put it into the paper system a little bit later on. And it's not like infinitely flexible as you're starting to create some workflows. But the biggest thing is to start to do some pre-planning around the stuff that we're working on. The challenge I have with electronic systems is stuff just gets lost. You can create a huge volume a huge volume, but stuff gets lost after it gets created and before it actually can get processed. And so that's the biggest challenge with that. So I just set up my system in three ways, basically. Here's the stuff that I'm going to do today in the first column. The middle column, here's like the backlog of stuff that's got to get, that I want to get done at some point in time. And then the third is, look, here's the things, the results that we want that I'm going to rely on the universe to capture. And that's sort of in the side of the system of asking it as given, which is like, I'm just going to focus on, emotions and keeping the airways clear to be able to attract things in through the system, and then that's it. And I just work on committing, being reliable for getting the stuff done that I actually want to get done, or the stuff that is specifically scheduled. And then the other stuff sticks in the middle. And then with the other things in the middle, we're going to start to turn some of those things into projects and making them a little bit more meaningful and have them start to have results on on our scorecards and our dashboards on the back end. And so I've also taken to creating top 20 lists for some of the goals, and those are some of the things we're relying on the universe for. We want to start to take a little bit more action around those things. What I like about that is I ask a question, put a time somewhere out there in the future, and then pick one of the items to start to go to work on, and it's all inside the spirit of like how do we work inside the flow, or how do we have work be a little bit more effortless. And that doesn't mean we don't do a lot of stuff. That doesn't mean there's not high volume. That means we take away from the struggle from the work that we're doing. Now, I'm not going to say the struggle is not valuable. The struggle is extremely valuable to start to work with, and having those challenges, what I call those like getting punched in the face moments, are what causes breakthroughs and new ways of being able to work. But we want to be able to differentiate struggles that come from decent reasons from we're going to differentiate the struggles that come from decent reasons from those that just come from meaningless reasons, or reasons that don't necessarily make some sense. And those things where we want to start to deconstruct the stress so that we don't have to work through it all the time. So that is it. I'm happy to share anybody working on it. I use a Moleskine notebook. Pretty simple, costs about $30. I can get them. I go through probably one every month or so. I want to say it's about 200 pages. And then I do just starting to do the daily pages. And the middle column is what I've got to start to figure out, because stuff on the middle column starts to get carried over to future days. You've got to figure out how to, you maybe even potentially digitize that middle column so it becomes present, and we can also see where our progress is each day. The amazing thing also I say about some productivity systems, the second something gets accomplished, it's like done. Like we had did a lot of planning. My daughter's on a trip to Costa Rica right now, and she's there, right? Like the planning is done, it's complete, and it's like it's gone. It's like almost like that. I mean, that effort resulted in the action happening, but from a systems perspective, it's like, well, that's done. That's like that's not important. Not important is not the right thing, but it's just out from sort of our memory. So I was like, oh, what did I do the last month? Nothing, because I'm not making progress towards something that is in progress because it is actually complete. So it's funny. That's not how it works in reality, but that's how the mind starts treating those things. So that is that's it. That's it. That's the beginning, the middle, and the end of the conversation. I'm gonna make this a quick one, and I'm gonna put an end to this live stream here. So hope you're having a great Sunday or whatever day that you are listening to this, and have an amazing one.